anytime I ask my students to draw the human body, they're like, no way, can't do it, completely impossible. I am just drawing a stick figure, there's no way I can do this. But what if I told you that you can draw the human body with just a few simple steps and of course practice? I know it sounds impossible, but grab a friend, a buddy, or a family member. Your favorite drawing tool, could be any of them. This is Drawing the Human Body for Kids. So the first exercise we're going to do to kind of loosen our hands up a bit is something called a blind contour drawing. What you're going to want to do is, you can have a model. You don't really need a model for this, but you're going to draw the human body. But what you're going to do is you're going to cover your eyes as you're drawing, or at least close them. And it seems kind of weird. It's definitely kind of weird, but just keep in mind that this is just an exercise to get you loosened up, get some bad habits out of the way. It can be really fun too, especially if you're doing it with a couple other people. So next up, we're going to have a continuous line drawing. What this means is you're not going to be picking up the pencil as you're drawing. Again, another fun exercise to get you started, loosen yourself up a bit, get out of those bad habits. Again, you're not going to be picking up the pencil, so the line is just going to continue, and you're going to get some interesting results here. You don't have to use a model for this. If you have a model, great. When you do the actual figure drawing, you might need a model. Yeah, just keep drawing on the page. Do not lift the pencil. As you can see, I am not lifting the pencil here, and I'm just drawing kind of the upper half of the body. But just see, as I try to get back up, I just go through and kind of go over some already established lines. But again, a good way to loosen up, get you started, and see some really interesting, weird, fun results. So next up, we're using an actual model. We use this dude on the right here for our model. And with this exercise, really, we're just getting the basic proportions. So you want to make sure that, you're focusing on getting that pose a little bit, the correct proportions of the head, the body, getting that all the way. So again, we're using our model. Right now, I'm just mapping out where I want the model to sit on the page. You can kind of see it with the blue pencil. You'll start seeing it more as I draw in, but really I'm just kind of creating this kind of diamond shape to make sure that I'm not going off the page. I have the model centered. Again, this takes a little practice, but it's definitely very useful. I'm using a blue pencil for the gesture drawing. That's what the drawing we're doing now. It's a gesture drawing. Really, as you can see, I'm getting the movements of the model, movement as in kind of that curve of the hips there, the shoulders. You can kind of see that movement there, shoulders of the hips, the legs, and then I will end up adding more detail. But again, this is gesture drawing, so you're really starting off. And again, if you're just using a pencil, just do this slightly, because remember, this is mostly just practice. I mean, you can do this for finished drawings too. It's also a good way to get rid of that intimidating white space, because starting with that blank piece of paper can be very intimidating. As you can see now, I'm starting to add more of the proportions, a little bit more detail. And again, I'm doing it very lightly with the blue pencil. I'll go in with a darker pencil. You can use anything you want, really. If you're using just a lighter colored pencil, you can start the gesture drawing with that. Again, this is gesture drawing. So you're getting that movement, you're getting the proportions, you're mapping out everything. Not being too perfect, not trying to get every single detail, just trying to get it on the page enough to where you have a good kind of skeleton. Really, that's a good term to use. Next, I'm using a darker pencil, and I'm going to start drawing in. And I usually like to jump around, but you can start anywhere you really want. We already have that mapped out with the gesture drawing. So, and again too, maybe depending on how you draw, you can add it in lightly. Really, it's just to get you past erasing a bunch of times and really digging into the paper. Loosening up is a good way to do that. Here I'm adding in the fabric of the shirt. Going again very quickly. Again, if you feel like this is too fast for you, obviously go at your own pace. I've been doing this for years. I had to take 3 figure drawing classes when I was getting my fine arts degree, so I have a lot of experience doing that. And again, sometimes it might be different as you go over the gesture drawing. That's okay too. You can see with that arm on the left there, it kind of goes back into space, how it's kind of going. The elbow is resting on the leg or behind the leg. That's called foreshortening. So if you want to know what it means when you're drawing something that's going back into space, a body part, it's called foreshortening. Good term. And again, just lightly adding the shoes. Next, I'm going to be adding in some shadow, kind of turning the pencil a little bit and going in a little bit lighter with it so you don't have to press down with this. If it's darker shadows, definitely press down. But you can do it, you can layer it. Definitely layering's a great way of improving not only your figure drawing skills, just your drawing skills in general. Not even drawing, painting, all kinds of art form. Use layering. Adding more detail, more shadows. And here we have our basic kind of figure drawing using a gesture underdrawing as our starting point. Next, we have a really fun one. This is another approach in terms of learning how to draw the body and experimenting with drawing the body. I'm drawing, again, a very quick gesture drawing too. Again, that means getting that movement in. This one was a lot faster than last time, a little bit more of a wireframe. This time I'm using ink. This is a pen that you fill up with ink. You can use a brush with ink. Really, it's all about experimenting. So just use this as an inspiration of maybe some other tools you want to use. Maybe with paint, using your finger with paint, old school finger painting there. So again, this one's a quick one. Again, just getting those basic shapes in. The foot's super huge on this one. Again, you're just practicing. You're just getting to know what you're doing. Add in the shadows, a little bit different this time. Obviously, the strokes are a bit thicker than the pencil, but another great way of experimenting with drawing the human body. Next, we're gonna add color to this one. Again, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be with this one. You can color like the gesture drawing that we did earlier, or even the boxy one that we did earlier. And again, you can use paint. I'm using color pencil here. Again, just really getting in and kind of trusting the eye, getting a feel of the figure by drawing it, that is. And again, just have fun with it, you know. Do as many as you can. Those are just a few simple exercises as you started with drawing the human body. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a lot of fun and keep making that artwork.